boys, gals, non-binary pals, have we got a video for y'all today? Before we get into it, I do want to say, if you like watching these videos and you see the chat on the side of the screen and all of the silly things that they are saying, and you think to yourself, man, I would love to be a part of that, I stream every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday here on Twitch at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Today, we are going to be talking about Balance Athletica. If you're not familiar with who they are as a company and what they do, we'll be going into that. There has been a lot of controversy, a lot of things that have come to light that people are kind of upset about, for lack of a better term. I actually made a song for the occasion of the video, so I'm going to sing that for you right now. All right, I'm just going to get ready. All right. This is a story all about how Balance and Athletica done messed up. That's my song. I hope it makes it to #1 on the charts. All right, so if you're not familiar, stupid. Why do I do this? If you're not familiar with Balance Athletica, they are an activewear brand that is based solely on Instagram for the most part. That's pretty much where they do most of their marketing. That's where they built most of their following. And so what we're going to do, I'm going to take you to their website. We're going to read what they stand for, their mission, and then we're going to go into some of the quote-unquote controversies that have been going on. So this is the lovely Balance Athletica website. This is their about and their mission. So look at this. It's beautiful. Why Balance? These are the three owners. I think this is Steve, Taylor, Chloe. I'm pretty sure that's three of them. Our story, Balance is a family-owned and operated company with apparel designed from scratch with all body types in mind. That's lovely. We strive to empower every individual to pursue their best self, be comfortable in their own skin. Balance means taking care of your mind, body, and spirit, and living life to the fullest. Wow. When you find your balance, you find your peace. We encourage you to join our journey and community in the pursuit of balance. Our founders, Balance is a family-owned and operated company with apparel designed from scratch with all body types in mind. Again, making that very clear. All body types in mind from scratch. Pretty cool. We strive to empower every individual to pursue their best self and be comfortable in their own skin. Chloe, Chief of Design, Taylor, Chief CEO, Steve, COO. Alrighty? So that is Balance. That's who they are. Now, there has been some controversies. So there's a lot of them, okay? I want to make that very clear. There's like a lot. So I'm going to do my best to go over some of them, the ones that are important to me and the ones that I think are the ones that I can actually get into here on the stream and here on this video. But there are some things that I'm going to miss, alrighty? I'm just going to be clear about that. Like there are some things that I'm not going to be able to go over just because there just is like so much stuff, all right? So if you are curious, there is actually a subreddit that kind of goes over and they did a lot of research and they've done a lot of stuff. So if you're curious and you really want to get into all the stuff that I'm going to mention, you can go to that subreddit. It's called Jim Snark. I will link it down in the description if you're curious and you would like to know more. But I would like to read what a lot of the issues that people have. And then, we're not going to be going into every single one. Some of them are very serious. And again, I want to make it very, very clear. These are all allegations. This is all alleged. This is not facts. Don't sue me, okay? That's what I'm trying to get across there, all right? Don't sue your boy. I'm just getting the information out there, all right? Allegedly, all of these things, okay? Allegedly. Allegedly, for the love of God. All right, so I'm going to be reading off of a sheet of paper that I have here. So if it sounds a little bit weird, it's because I'm reading it off of a sheet of paper because I want to get to everything, or at least share all of the things that I've found, okay? All right, so we're going to go into it. So the problems with Balance Athletica, allegedly from people that have issues, alrighty? So currently being sued by New Balance for copyright infringement, specifically the use of the term New Balance Athletica collection, All right? Many upset by the lavish designer vacation-filled lifestyle presented on social media by the owners when they received and were forgiven for $234,000 in PPP loans from the SBA. There's allegations that Balance plagiarized other activewear designers such as Lululemon, alrighty, allegedly. Issues with collections being launched on their website as if the items were in stock, but the clothing was not made yet, causing many weeks to go by before the customer would receive their order. Many believe the clothing is not being made in the US, and that's why there are so many delays, allegedly. Many feel the delays are due to Balance taking the customer's money and then paying for the clothing to be manufactured elsewhere, not actually having the clothing in stock. Many have pointed out that there's not much diversity in the LGBTQ plus size or BIPOC leaders, athletes, affiliates, influencers. Those are all words they use for the people that work with him, the influencers that work with him, represented in the company, especially with the company preaching inclusivity. To date, there's only 1 or 2 affiliates from each of these diverse groups representing Balance. Sizing had been another issue. Even though sizes range from XX extra small to 4XL, many have pointed out that they are not being tested on or actually made for plus-size individuals. Many plus-size customers came out with stories of serious inconsistencies and were ignored when they voiced their opinions. Many noted comments being deleted and being blocked on the Balance and owners' social media pages. Many Balance affiliate influencers have recently left Balance saying they had unpleasant experiences feeling pressured to promote products they didn't feel were good quality, and Balance not being honest about their business practices. There are also many instances where affiliates allege they were promised promotions, merchandise, prizes, and perks from Balance and never received them. When collections were launched and something went wrong, customers would reach out to the influencers. Those influencers would reach out to their affiliate managers at Balance, and in many instances, those inquiries were not being answered at a timely manner at all. Many influencers stated that if they forwarded too many customer complaints or complained about the clothing themselves, they were let go and told they have bad energy. Alrighty, so those are all of the allegations. Not all of them, there's still a couple more, but that's a lot of the allegations that have been brought forth. Again, allegations. All right, so the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to watch an apology that was made by Taylor, who is the CEO, or an apology slash she's kind of saying sorry, but taking ownership, kind of. You'll see. We are going to go over that video, and then they also released a 13-minute long video going over what they say is everything, and so we will go over that as well. Alrighty, so here we go. This is Taylor, who is the CEO of the company, and these are all the allegations that have been levied forth, right? Again, everything that I just read, this was her response at the beginning.
Hello everyone, I am coming on here to take a moment to talk about the things being said online about Balance, Steve, Chloe, and myself. We weren't going to address the misinformation being spread, but it has gotten to the point where our families, employees, and...
So again, the misinformation that is being spread. So it doesn't seem like there is any ownership being taken at this point. Again, there's another video that comes after this because people weren't happy with that. But again, at one point, they thought that this was good enough.
Affiliates are getting harassed. So I wanted to take a second and talk about who we are and what we stand for. The whole reason we started Balance was to initiate positive change into the world while also bringing inclusivity into the athletic wear space. We have worked many tireless nights to ensure that our customer has the best possible experience shopping with Balance, and also that you guys feel valued and heard and fulfilled while supporting Balance. We love...
it's interesting to me in this, I don't think she ever mentions how they treat the social media influencers that work with Balance, because again, this company definitely employs a lot of social media, social influencer marketing, right? So using these influencers to market the brand, which is, that's how they grow, right? That is how they grow. And the fact that it wasn't brought up, interesting.
Our Balance community so much, and we truly want to provide value to their lives in not just leggings, but our mission and our why. And we want you guys to look at Balance and feel connected to it, not just to buy leggings or sports bras, but we want you guys to continue to feel connected to it in many different ways, whatever that way is for you. But I want you to know COVID has been the most debilitating year for not only us, but all companies around the world. We are so grateful to have been able to operate during a time like this. And that shipping and manufacturing has been a complete nightmare. We do see the light at the end of the tunnel, and we do feel like we're going to put past this very soon. But just know all of your constructive feedback is taking in. We're going to continue to move forward to make the best decisions for our customers' best interests at heart. We wanted to say we hear you. We thank you for your support. We thank you for believing in us. And we wanted to say we love you so much.
All right, so that is the whole response at first. Nothing was addressed, right? And so that was the problem. A lot of people were like, I mean, you said all this stuff, but like the things that people are having problems with, the issues that they're having, like you basically said in one point, COVID, it's the problem. Sorry. That's it. That's why all this stuff is going on. When, let's be real, that is not a good excuse. I'm sorry. Like everyone has been dealing with COVID, right? So a little bit of backstory. So when that came out, that is when I first became aware of the situation. All right. So then I put a story out on my Instagram, which was probably a mistake because holy smokes, did not realize how many people were going to reach out to me. I made a story saying, hey, if you have any information about the Balance situation, please reach out to me. A lot of people reached out to me. But through that, I have a friend of mine who was able to get me through some finagling in contact with Steve, the COO, right? One of the owners of the company. And we had gone back and forth and talked a good amount. And I was trying to get him to either have a phone call with me or do a live stream with me, right? So Steve is Taylor's husband who was just speaking. And it seemed like that was going to happen. And we had talked for a little bit, but then I was told, hey, I'm not going to... He said, I'm going to go visit my family, so I'm not going to have any time to talk until Monday. And I was like, dude, just give me 30 minutes, bro. Like, this is... Obviously, I assume this is a big deal. And it didn't seem like he wanted to chat. But then he asked me, this kind of bothers me. It made me feel like I was a little bit like hoodwinked or pulled the wool over my eyes. But I let him know. I was like, dude, I am going to be streaming this today. That was yesterday. So I said, on Friday is when I'm going to be talking about this. So I would love to have a chat. And he said, when you're streaming, is that the video that you're going to make? And I said, yeah, that's how I do it. I sent him a video. I was like, this is how I make the videos. No response since then. And then they released the next video that came out. So I don't know if all of that is connected, but it definitely made me feel like I was kind of like, let's get as much information from him possible, release this video, kind of screw that guy, right? So that's how I felt. But we're going to go over their video, which is a little bit longer. So this is their Instagram right here. So Balance Athletica, wow, beautiful. And this is the video right here. So like I said, it's a long one, but we're in for the long haul. So let's go ahead and see what they have to say.
Hello everyone, we are coming on here because yesterday I went on my story and I addressed some concerns that our balance community was having, but we feel like we want to expand on just some certain topics that we feel are very important for you guys to know.
All right, everybody. So I wanted to touch on the issues or the perceived issues with customer service. I know that a lot of you, rightfully so, have concerns with the customer service team based on
So issues or perceived issues, like just first off, just own it, bro. Be like, yo, there's some messed up stuff. We're freaking working on it. I don't know. Whatever.
previous experiences you may have had, and we
May have had. Come on, man. Come on. People have bad experiences. Just be like, yo, you had some bad experiences, right? I don't know. I'm being
heard you guys, and we've done our best to build out the team over these past 3 years to make it as good as it is now. You know, there may have been previous launches where there are a few of you in here that may have not heard from us or didn't get a timely response, and it may have rubbed you the wrong way. And I do apologize for that, but we honestly have done our best job to improve that team, from processes to employment to building out the team. And it is a process. Building a business is extremely difficult, especially when there's a lot of volume coming at you as far as customer service tickets. So just to name a few things that we've done to make this better and now turn our customer service inbox into a 24 to 48 hour expected response time, is we've added on an experienced customer service manager who's in charge of a team of 10 customer service specialists and social media community specialists. So what this person does is she's in charge of scheduling. She's in charge of touch points with our customer service specialists and those social media community specialists to check in on their mental health, listen to everything that they're hearing from the customers. They get together with team touch points where they discuss all the workings within the customer service department, everything they're hearing, and then we meet and discuss those findings. So if you think you're not getting heard through the customer service inbox, trust me, you are. We make that a really big point, and it's been something that we've worked on really hard to improve, because that, for some of you, is the only communication you have with our business, and we want it to be the best experience possible. And we are really going out of our way to make it better, but I promise it's not something that we're putting on the back burner or anything like that. It just takes time to build out. And just as a reminder, you know, we're not even 3 years old. So it does take time to do these things. Building this out has been a challenge, but it's something that we've taken head on. We've also implemented processes such as loop returns, which allows for customers to essentially go onto the website and do their entire return or exchange process digitally. We've added in services such as the chatbot, where the customer service specialists are actively keeping an eye on that chatbot and answering questions as quickly as possible. And another thing I wanted to address in regards to customer service and reviews is that we use a third-party service for our reviews called Yotpo.
All right, so I don't want to interrupt them too much because we'll be here freaking forever if I just everything. But one, it doesn't look like Taylor wants to be there at all. And second, like, I don't believe, like, I'm sure that there's, like, the returns and all of that stuff, I'm sure that's a ton of work, right? Like, I don't believe that they're just, like, making stuff up here. Like, I believe that there's probably a lot of freaking work that had to get done with that. But still, like, it's not really, I don't know, for me, I guess, like, it's not really an excuse. Like, you've been around for 3 years. Like, yeah, that's not that long. But still, like, if these are issues that have been going on since the very beginning, 3 years ago, we're 3 years into it now. Yes, COVID and stuff like that happened. Like, why are those issues still happening? You know what I mean? Like, I think, like, explaining that a little bit more. And then also, like, I know a lot of people in the chat are kind of saying it's kind of strange that it's just them two. You know, there's 3 owners of the company. Why aren't all 3 of them there, right? Like, I think that would have been a good thing to have everyone there. But, you know, whatever.
With Yotpo, they process the reviews, and it gives us the opportunity to respond. And I think legally you cannot delete responses, and I know that's something that we do not do. The only time a response or a review is not allowed to be published is if there's profanity within the actual response. I'd encourage you guys to reach out to us or to the customer service team if you guys have noticed that your reviews are not showing up, because that is something that we've looked into, and it's really hard for us to identify those kind of issues if nobody's bringing it to light. So we do appreciate you guys bringing that up, and I would encourage you to reach out to customer service regarding.
So this is a little strange because I don't really know much about the review thing, but I think more people are upset about comments being deleted under posts, right? Where I think it's interesting because now if you look at a lot of their posts, I think because of all of this hubbub, I guess, the things that are going on, they're not deleting comments. And if you go under their posts now, you can tell that those comments ain't getting deleted anymore. And so I think more people had problems with comments and stuff like that I'm sure that there were problems with reviews as well. I don't know too much about that, but I do know that people had problems with comments, people saying, hey, something was wrong with my whatever, leggings, my shirt, whatever. And that comment got deleted. Or if they're like, hey, I think that maybe this could be better, or like I'm having these issues. Some people would just got straight up blocked from the social media of everybody, right? Of all of the owners of the company itself. And some of those people were like literally the ambassadors, like the people that would post about Balance to their followers to go buy Balance. They would get blocked. Like that was an issue. Or people, dude, there's so much. We can't go over all of it. But even employees that used to work at Balance were getting blocked. Like, dude, it was a lot. So I think that this is like half truth, right? Talking about a little bit of it while there's still so much stuff that isn't being addressed. So yeah.
Okay, now we're going to talk about launching collections with no inventory in-house. We started doing this January 2019 for our second collection ever, which was the Kingdom collection. That was when we experienced our very first quick sellout within minutes. And we had so many customers very angry that they could not get their items that they wanted. And so of course we are always listening to you guys, and we always want to make sure you guys have the best experience. So we were like, you know what if we offered a pre-order? It will be made to order. It will get here in 12 to 15 weeks. Let's see if they're interested. And 90% of you were. So that was our very first collection that we did that with. And it just seemed like every time moving forward, when we did sell out of collections very fast, that was the option that most customers gravitated towards. They wanted the product and they didn't really care how long that it took.
Okay. I'm not gonna say you're lying, but like, I really don't see many people being like, yeah, let me give you my money, my hard-earned money that I've worked very hard for, that maybe I don't have much of, and y'all can keep it for 12 to 15 weeks before I get my stuff. I don't see anyone being like, heck yeah, dude, that's the freaking way to do it, baby. I got 3 months to wait for my stuff. Hey, you take that money though. Come on. I don't see anybody being like, that's the solution. No, most people are going to be like, how about you make enough stuff and have it there, and then when I order it, it gets sent to me. Like, that's so straight. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but like, I don't see many people being like, yeah, I got 4 months to wait. It's fine. Come on.
We want to launch, like, trust us, we want to launch as fast as we can, as much as we can, and it's just really hard because COVID, it seems like we've been telling you about this for a year now, and it still is it's had a very...
Okay, and then we've been telling you for a year, you idiots. Come on, really? We've been telling you for a year, you dummies. You don't listen? That's not the way that you go about having an apology.
Very big impact today on businesses worldwide.
So we have our pre-sales, which are you order something and then it's, made to order. So essentially it's getting delivered to you once it's been made in the manufacturing facility and it's been shipped to us. And at that point we do the processing. Mm-hmm. That kind of evolved into pre-orders over time because there were launches that we were unable to have stuff in the warehouse ready to go due to delays at that time. And there were countless people expressing interest that they still preferred the launch. And we we were just listening to what we thought was the right thing to do. We wanted to be able to provide the best experience for you guys. We did split shipments. We made it so that whatever was in the...
So again, okay, so this is what was going on, and this is some of the stuff that's behind the scenes that people have issues with, right? So they would do these pre-order. This is alleged, and this is what I've heard from other people. But they would do these pre-orders, and they would do these launches where there would be some of the stuff was there for some, like some of the stuff they had, some of the stuff that they were able to send out right away, right? And then some of the stuff was quote unquote this pre-order that they've talked about. So imagine you're a customer, you're like, dope, dude, freaking Balance. They're releasing these collections, which they talk about later, which is their whole thing. The bottoms always match the tops. The jackets always match the tops. The bottoms always match the jackets. Everything is a collection. Everything is together. It's all meant to be worn together, okay? So you order this collection being excited about this collection. You're like, I'm gonna look fresh in the club, at the gym, probably more realistically, right? And then it's like, yo, I got my pants, but my jacket's gonna be here in 4 months. Come on. Who is like, that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I'm gonna put, let me hold these leggings for about 4 months before I wear them. Come on.
Warehouse was going directly to you, and that's what we thought you guys wanted. But we have heard that maybe that's not what you guys want. I think that that'd be a good talking point for discussion in the comments. Mm-hmm. We really do want to know what you guys think about these things, because honestly, we're not trying to trick you guys or do anything like that. We really just are doing what we think you guys want from us, mm-hmm. which is all we ever want to do.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Next thing we want to come on here and address is the Quartz seamless leggings. What happened was I came on the story and I told you guys that we did not receive the seamless bulk legging shipment, when in reality, we did receive a shipment, and we sincerely apologize. In the future, we will be more transparent.
So they lied. There, right? So that's just like getting caught in it. Whoopsie.
We did receive a shipment that was the incorrect dye and the incorrect fabric, but we went on the story and told you we didn't have it at all.
Which, I don't, why? Why lie about that? For what? What is to gain? If you would have been honest and be like, hey, these aren't what we thought they would be. I don't know. I obviously don't run a huge company, but then take pictures and be like, this is what they actually look like. Do you still want them? Right? Or something like that. Like, why just, I don't know. Why not just be honest and be like, yo, this is what we actually got. Are you still interested? Maybe offer a discount or something like that. Be like, they're going to be 20% off because they're not what we promised. I don't know. Like, I feel like that's a better solution than just be like, no, we didn't get them. I don't know. It's weird. It's so strange. It's so crazy.
So moving forward, we will be more transparent.
Yeah, we apologize for that. At the end of the day, we are human. Taylor, Chloe, and I have really been talking about this a lot. Mm-hmm. And we do genuinely... we felt really bad about it, because it wasn't an attempt for us to like try to fool you guys or anything like that. We do wish we could have gone about it and just told you guys.
Well, I mean, what else would it be if it's not an attempt to lie? Like, it was obviously an attempt to be like, we didn't get it. So it is, technically, that is an attempt to fool people. Whether or not you were malicious in it and you felt like you were doing the right thing, you were trying to fool people, right? That's why you said you didn't get it.
Straight up what was going on, and from now on, we're going to definitely do that. We're going to be completely honest and open with you guys, and that's really all we want in the long term of things. Is like, we just want to, we want you guys to know that we are who we say we are, and that we are truthful people. All right, just one more note to be fully transparent. We initially were going to be doing a Quartz 1 and a Quartz 2 with select product in both of those. In Quartz 1, we were supposed to have the seamless pant, which obviously we no longer can do. And then in Quartz 2, we were supposed to have the cloud pant. Obviously, we're moving the cloud pant up. We were supposed to have those the week before launch in bulk and in athlete samples, so we were going to be good on timing. And obviously, as you guys know, those were delayed. We just want to be completely honest with you guys. Like, the goal was to launch that at that time, because we were supposed to have those in the warehouse. And based on your feedback regarding pre-order, you wanted to push those back, and that's entirely fine. We will do that. One more thing to note is that the seamless pant we are no longer going to be doing, because in order for us to launch those, we need to launch them in the colors that we ordered. And unfortunately, we won't be getting those for a while. So by the time we get them, we won't have anything essentially to pair those with as far as tops. So we are collection based. We really take that very seriously.
Okay. So all of that stuff, or whatever. But this part makes me laugh. It's like, we are collection based and we take that very seriously, but we will also ship your collection 4 months apart. Come on. If you're that serious about being collection based, why would you purposefully give people their collection literally like a quarter of a year apart? Come on.
Like to have matching tops to matching bottoms, and due to that delay, we no longer will be launching those.
The next thing we want to address is the linear leggings, the short shorts, and then the linear biker shorts that were launched back in September. We launched this product, and then about a week or two after we launched it, we got an influx of emails.
Okay, so what they're about to talk about right now, because I want to give a little bit of a backstory, they're going to be talking about a pair of leggings that apparently, allegedly, the quality was really bad, and they were ripping for a lot of people, or they were about to start ripping for a lot of people. So what they say here in this video is that there's not that many of them actually were ripped. And so I've gotten a lot of messages, because people have actually sent me replies to this video, and they were like, okay, while this isn't necessarily not true, it kind of is. Because yes, a lot of them were not ripped, but a lot of people sent back their leggings because it was obvious that something was going to happen. Like the stitching was getting very frayed. It was very clear there was going to be an issue very soon, so people sent them back before they ripped. Okay? So that's what I have been told. I don't know. I can only trust what people are telling me. But that's why they're saying they feel like this is kind of not a fair representation of what was actually going on. But we'll listen to what they have to say.
So that initially raised some concern with us, thinking, is this a big issue?
Yeah, so those emails started rolling in as people started to get their product. The concern for us was, are these pants okay to continue on the website? So our initial thought was to drop.
Also, one thing that is very important is, y'all, this stuff is expensive, all right? It's not like they're $20 leggings, all right? They're $85, okay? That is a high quality piece of clothing, right? That's just as expensive as Lululemon, especially if you get, the trainer discount. Like that, they are expensive pieces of clothing. They're not cheap pieces of clothing. Like this shirt, $20, baby. I wasn't expecting much, but I like it because it was $20, right? It wasn't $85. If this was $85, I'd be like, yeah, I need to have a conversation here, But it was $20. I knew what I was getting, right? So if these leggings are $20, I'm sure more people will be like, understand. $90 after tax? Those leggings better have some, adamantium in them. They better have some chain link in those bad boys, deflecting sabers and claymores, all right? That's how good those leggings need to be if you're charging $90, in my opinion, of course.
Everything to zero, and in turn, that once you drop the inventory to zero in our selling platform Shopify, it shows sold out online. And I understand now, looking back, that may have not been the best way to go about it, because it could have.
So what they did here, man, instead of being like, yo, we're having some problems with the leggings, they were just like, hey, just let people think they sold out. Oops, too late. Couldn't get the leggings. Sucks for you. Like, that's just not cool. Again, that's basically lying without really lying. It's like, we sold out, when really there's, I don't know how many left at the warehouse. That's not cool, man.
Have caused consumer confusion, and now looking back, I do apologize for doing that. I do respect and understand your guys' viewpoint on this, and we won't do anything like that again. But once we did start getting these returns back, we took a lot of time to go through every single return, get a tally together. We had to do everything manually at the time. Now that we have our loop return system, this could have been much quicker and we could have come to a resolution much faster. But at the time, we did have to go through individually each pant, check them out. And it turned out from the returns that we received over a several month period, only about 1.5% of those leggings were ripped, which is a complete,
Were ripped. Not defective. Were ripped. I'm just saying that could be left to interpretation. There could have been more that were defective or weren't, suitable to be sold. That's all I'm saying.
below the threshold of any sort of discussion of recall or anything like that. And there were other returns and exchanges based on snagging, loose threads, and stuff like that. That's standard for seamless leggings because they do tend to have a higher return rate. Mm-hmm. Just so you guys
They were $90.
know what, like, our side of the story, that's exactly what happened. We fully will accept any sort of emails requesting a return for those pants at all. We always have. Just reach out to the customer service team and we will honor that return if you're experiencing a defect in those leggings. And just our resolution from this was to no longer sell those leggings. And we could have continued to sell them just because.
Why would you say that? You should just say, we will absolutely not sell them because there were problems with them. Like, we could have tricked you. We could have pulled it, sold them anyways, but we did it. Come on, we're pretty good, right? No, just like, yo, we're not going to sell those. We're going to give them away, charity or something. Come on. We could have got you. I'm just saying. We could have.
That rate of ripping was so low.
We didn't
and the other.
It.
Yeah, we didn't want that to be the impression that somebody got if it was their first pair of leggings from us. Mm-hmm.
So we took a loss on them, and we're moving forward.
Okay, I'm not trying to be mean, but I promise you, the people that are watching this video that feel like they have been, scammed or been taken advantage of, they don't care if you took a loss. At literally even a little bit, they don't care. They don't care. And they shouldn't. They shouldn't have to care. They're paying $90 for leggings.
Yep.
The last thing we want to address is COVID. People have been accusing me of getting people infected. Back in December, I had 3 negative COVID tests. I still felt like I had it, so I ended up quarantining. 1 week later, Steve ended up getting it, testing positive, so I quarantined even further. If anyone in the warehouse ended up getting COVID, we had them quarantine and follow the CDC guidelines.
Yeah. Back when COVID started, we obviously were not allowed to have a certain people beyond X capacity. Within the warehouse, we were working bare bones, and as CDC changed its recommendations and guidelines, we adapted with that, and we operated under those guidelines. Mm-hmm. If anybody did test positive, anybody that had been in correspondence or close proximity to them were advised to go get a test, and if they tested positive, they stayed home. So we did the best that we could to keep people safe during COVID, and we still are.
If you guys have any more questions, feel free to comment down below. We'll answer as many as possible. We want to say thank you guys for all of your support and your love. We truly do value and love our balanced community so much. So everything we do on a daily basis is to better the community. And if we've let you down in any way, we're so sorry. We will be better in the future. And thank you.
All right. Well, what a ride that was. Okay, so remember all of the stuff that I brought up at the beginning of this video. Where is it? Yes, there are some things that were mentioned, and again, I'm sure they're not lying. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say with the COVID stuff, I'm not going to go into that because a lot of that is I can't go in. I don't know enough about that situation. Some people are saying they're not being truthful. Some people are saying they are. Regardless, there is so much stuff that wasn't brought up. And the thing for me, the thing that matters the most to me, and what I feel is the biggest slap in the face to these other people that have supported the brand, is these influencers, or these, what they were called, like, leaders. These people that posted on their story and on their page constantly talking about balance, constantly promoting this brand and trying to elevate this brand and basically make the brand money, right? Now, there are many, 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 many stories of people that have, bought stuff, just spent a lot of money with Balance, people that have worked for them in the warehouse, like literally worked for Balance. I've had conversations with all of these different types of people that bought stuff, people that worked for Balance, people that were literally affiliated and they were, called ambassadors and they were called athletes, all of these things that have had problems and have been treated poorly. Okay? There are a lot of stories, and I'm not going to go over all of them. Again, if you're curious, there's tons of stuff on that subreddit that I mentioned earlier. Go check it out if that's something that you want to do. Fully understand if, there's just not enough time to go over every single story. But there is one story that we're going to be talking about that really, really, really rubs me the wrong way, and it shows to me how much it seems like anybody is dispensable to this company, at least so far. So this is my friend Laura. Laura has been affiliated with Balance for a few years. Dude, this literally makes me emotional. So I'm gonna try not to be. But she has done so much for Balance, and she is, she's a plus size creator. She is someone that, doesn't have a straight sized body. And when I say that she is one of the nicest, kindest people I have ever spoken to, that has to deal with so much hate and just mean comments, she deals with a lot, okay? But she is one of the kindest people that I know. And she has worked with Balance for a long time. Now, I reached out to Laura and I asked her if she wanted to make a statement, because she has been working with them. She was one of their leaders. She would talk to them a lot and try and help with the plus size, the sizing. Someone said, "Are you not following her?" No, this is a different account, so I don't get blocked, because I always get blocked on things. But so she has worked with them for a long time. Okay. And so I asked her, because she recently has come out and said, I no longer am going to be affiliated with Balance. And from my experience following her, I've always been like, it seems like she's not super happy with what's going on. And again, the thing with Balance, and the thing that has been so, that their whole, literally their whole brand has been about being inclusive to people who don't feel like they are included, right? That's their whole brand. And this is someone that was literally the main person that was giving them feedback on this entire group of people that are supposed to be being represented by this company, okay? So I asked her, she is fully aware that I am going to be sharing. I'm not going to share the actual text, that feels a little weird, but I'm just going to read it from my phone. She knows that I am sharing this. She said it was okay. So don't anyone think that I'm doing this behind her back, okay? She knows that I'm doing this, alrighty? So I asked her if she would be willing to give a statement, and I didn't realize it was going to be so much, so I really appreciate it, Lori, if you're watching this. So this is her words. I'm just going to read it off of my phone, but these are her words. I promise. So she says, I've been giving detailed and actionable feedback regarding the fit and designs of the pieces for plus-size bodies dating back to the Summit Collection, which was early last year, before I even participated in the leader search. So the leader search is a way that they find people to work with them, basically. I always heard the same things over and over again of, quote, we appreciate the feedback and will work on changes, but it takes us a year with manufacturing. Nothing notable has changed in any of that time. Again, she's been with them for over a year. I was one of the only true plus-size athletes for a very long time. They added Sam and Morgan, but we're just about it, plus no plus sizes in the elites. I went to Denver last summer and had dinner with Taylor and Chloe, the owners of the brand, and was told, not for the first time, again, after I had discussed my concerns, that they were going to have me sample all the collections from then on and have a video call with their fit designer to review the pieces with them and give my feedback. I only received samples one time, and that was many months later, and they were Toluca pieces, which isn't even Balance. That's another company that Balance has created, all right? So she never, ever got a Balance piece to give her feedback on. That's besides, okay, well, let's keep going. There were Toluca pieces, and they were already basically too late to make changes, so why even send them, right? I was also never asked for any of my measurements during my time with them. Ever. Okay. I continued to be told with every launch when I gave my feedback and many screenshots of feedback from their plus size customers gave me, right? Because a lot of her followers are also plus size, so they're trusting what Laura has to say. They told them that they would work on it and change was coming. Again, nothing ever happening. I also regularly didn't receive all of my pieces at the same time as the straight size affiliates because they didn't have my sizes in with the rest of the athlete samples. I had a very blunt conversation with Taylor at the beginning of April regarding plus size representations, my issues with fit and style, and how I felt that they were at a crossroad with plus size customers. I also expressed that I felt my integrity was on the line because I've been telling my community for over a year now that they heard us and change was coming, when it obviously wasn't. Because I haven't seen it and I just couldn't continue to put it on the line when I've seen no changes. She once again told me, oh, but it takes a year to make changes after telling me that already a year ago. She told me they were going to fly me out to do measurements, and then I never heard another word about it ever again. I talked to Chloe yesterday on the phone, and she claimed it was just poor communication on their end, and they had tons of stuff coming with all my feedback after this collection. But what I have heard from those who know me and know what the upcoming collections are, they said I won't like anything for the rest of 2021. She also used a lot of pretty much my exact verbiage when replying to customers, which didn't really rub me the right way. Like I was the one who had to say to her that they can't just add a couple inches to the pieces and have it work for plus size. They have to actually make changes to accommodate the different form of plus size bodies. Overall, it was just a ton of appeasement with no real action. I hope that my departure does prompt them to change and value the plus community. But I just couldn't put my integrity further on the line with not seeing anything to justify it. And then she said, that's just the stuff off the top of my head quickly. I'm sure there's more I can think of, but that's a good gist of my experience. So again, this is somebody that constantly posted about Balance all the time, was always posting about them, and she has a lot of followers. She has 374,000 followers. I guarantee that she could make thousands of dollars on each post, okay? Because of that size of following. And I'm sure she was not getting that from Balance, okay? And so to say, and this is my biggest issue, to say that you care about these, the plus size community or people that are not represented, and then literally have someone that is part of that community desperately trying to get through to you, desperately trying to feel like they are part of the club, desperately trying to be heard, and then you to say, yeah, we hear you, and then freaking use her and many people like her to make it seem like you are actually trying to serve this community when it's very clear you have no intention of doing that. That's jacked up, dog. Like, that's not cool. To literally use people from disenfranchised communities to make it seem like we're here for you, we're on your team, and then use them to get more sales and then not actually do anything for them, how is that okay? That's not balance, baby. That's unbalanced. That's bad balance. I don't know. I couldn't think of a better word. But that's not balance. All right? That, personally, to me, is the most messed up thing. There's lots of other stuff going on, but using other people that desperately want to be part of a community and use them to make it seem like you are part of their team, part of their squad, and then never, ever, ever listen to anything they have to say. It's performative to me. Do I think they can change? I think they can change. Do I think that they should be given a shot? Yeah, why not? But I think there has to be some serious changes here. And I really, really, really don't think that the story that they made, the post, the video they made, I don't think it's enough. Like I said, I am willing to talk. I'd love to have you guys on. I'd love to have a conversation. I'm here. I was willing. I tried to make it happen. I guess it's not that important. I don't know. I think it's important to you guys. I think it would be. I'm here. You got my information. So let's have a conversation. We can talk about all the stuff that I mentioned. I don't mind. Maybe you can explain. Maybe I'm wrong. It's very possible.